So, as you may or may not know, we currently have Aura as the mayor. Very, very special, very, very good. But there's some very interesting quirks to Aura that allows for some very interesting money making methods. So, if we go over to Aura, right, you can see that we get 50% more Slayer XP. Very important, as what this it also doesn't actually say it in the perks, but it also gives double XP progress towards an RNG meter. So this causes some very interesting things. For example, the fact that a tier 5 gives that 1500 XP, you double it. It's now giving 3000. But you also factor in the 50% more XP, and all of a sudden, that number is going a lot higher. In fact, it's quite a bit higher. 5,500, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head. That does create a very interesting thing where quite a lot of Slayer drops. Where if we go to RNG, we'll look at Rev for this example because it's not Rev that's important here. You'll see that a Revenant Viscera is actually less XP. The important one here is Tara. Tara is a lot less XP than what you're getting. This causes a very interesting thing where if you do a Tara, you're actually getting more RNG meter progress than you're spending if you have Silk selected. But due to that, that means if you select it as your RNG meter, you're guaranteeing yourself a Silk every single boss. So what does that mean? That means some very interesting stuff. The reason being, Silk is not the most cheapest thing in the world. In fact, Silk currently is, if we grab a single one, if you sell off for it, you're making 366k per boss. The only downside to that is due to another perk that Aura has, the taxes and costs are vastly increased. What it actually means is it's just doubled. The only downside here is that Tara bosses are costing you 200k to spawn. Now, we do have a very interesting thing also coming up where, due to who, if I can, if I can get up here, I believe, yes, there really is Perkpocalypse, which activates all perks of another mayor for every 18 Skyblock days, 6 hours. This means Aatrox will come up. Aatrox lowers spawn costs. Aatrox increases Slayer XP. Aatrox, very importantly, gives you more rare drops. So, what this means is you could do, let's say, Tara in this case, and set your meter on Silk. You're getting more RNG meter towards the Primordial Eye. Just keep doing it. Get Silk every single boss. You are paying off all your bosses. Then any other rare drops you drop, congrats. Free money. Very, very free money. So, what I've already done is I've done 10 minutes of Tara. That is where you see this 9 Silk come from. In those 10 minutes, I gained, I believe it was 30,000. No, it was. So, from the Silk and the Web combined, you are looking at about 30.6 million coins an hour. That is only off of the Silk and the Webs. Pretty good. And on top of that, you're building more RNG meter, which, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a while, but you can obviously wait until you can meter a, say, snail, a wasp, or hell, if you really wanted to, wait until you can meter a primordial eye. And then on top of that, you get the chance at just dropping other RNGs. It is very easily, without a doubt, could break 60 mil. Hell, I'm not the fastest at Tara. I'm relatively slow at it. I am very rusty. You could very easily push it up to 80 mil an hour without a doubt. And the most important thing you need to remember here is a fast Tara doesn't require too much setup. You're mainly just looking at a decent armor set If you really want to, a Sting and a Mosquito Short Bow. That's really all you need. You can do it with that very easily. So, honestly, there's no reason not to. This is currently probably the only time in Skyblock we'll be given this opportunity, whether this is doable. If you need money, do this now. Do not sleep on it. There's no reason to sleep on it. There is some other cases that you could apply this to, where I imagine with E-Man you could apply it to some bits and bobs. Problem is with this, it's harder as tier 4s don't give a lot of XP. So your main ones that you're looking for is Rift Fiend Stalker, I guess, has some stuff because of the fact that it's Rift. Already Soul Twist Rune, you could get more of those. Baba Blisters would be really fast, and they're pretty decent money. This is just currently the best time to be doing Slayers for money. There's never going to be a better opportunity. Warden has some problem with Warden is with Viscera being as low as it is, and you only get 1 to 2 per boss. It's very unlikely that you're going to be making your money back each boss. So yeah, go do Tara right now. Just go do it. There's no reason not to. If you want money, go do it.